Hello geography lovers and welcome to today's lesson. In today's lesson we are going to look at classification of soils. It is a continuation of the topic soils. In the last lesson we looked at the factors influencing the formation of soils. In today's lesson we are going to categorize different classes or types of soils, and we are going to look at why they are formed and what are the main different types of soils that are on the planet Earth. There are four areas that we need to look at, the features that lead to the categorization of or the classification of these types of soils. And these four features are the drainage of the soil profile, the properties, and the texture of the soil. There are three major types of soils or classes of soils. When we are categorizing them, the first one is the zonal soils. The second one, we call them the intra-zonal soils. The third one is the azonal soils. The first category, zonal soils, these are mature soils. They have a well-developed soil profile, and they are mainly formed under climatic conditions. The major types of zonal soils, we have the pedzo soils, or we also have the podzolic soils and the latosols. The podzolic soils are soils that are formed under hot and humid conditions, and they are mainly found in areas that receive very high rainfall and also experience high temperatures. For example, the Congo Basin in Africa, the Amazon Basin in South America, and also in Southeast Asia, where the region is closer to the equator or the tropical regions. In Kenya, these soils are mainly found in the Kenya highlands, and the main characteristic of these zonal soils in Kenya is that they are red loams, or what we call the red volcanic soils. The second category of soils are called the intra-zonal soils. These soils are mainly influenced by drainage. There are three major categories of intra-zonal soils, and we are going to look at the three of them. The main ones are the hydromorphic soils, which are mainly found in swampy areas. For example, in Kenya we have the Yala swamp, the Kano swamp, and also the Lorian swamp. They are mainly categorized or characterized by the basaltic soils. They are black in color, and also they contain a lot of titanium. Those are the soils that we call the hydromorphic soils. The second type of intrazonal soils, we call them the calcimorphic soils. They mainly contain calcium. For example, the limestone soils in the coastal region of Kenya. The main process of their formation is calcification. The third type of intrazonal soils, we refer to them as harmorphic soils. The main process of their formation is salinization. They are mainly found in semi-arid regions where the temperatures are very high, leading to salinization. The third classification or class of soil is the azonal soils. These soils are young soils. The soils are mainly influenced by erosion, mass wasting, and they have very little amount of organic matter. They are immature, they are young soils, and the main types of azonal soils are the mountain soils and the alluvial soils. There are very many other categories or types, but when you look at the mountain soils, They are young because of the relief of those mountains, and they are always washed down by erosion, especially when the season is the season of rain, or there is high rainfall experienced in those regions, and therefore the soils do not have enough time to form. The second type of azonal soils, as I have mentioned, is the alluvial soils. They are also young. They don't have developed or well-developed soil profile. For example, the alluvial soils that are found at riverbanks or the floodplains of rivers, for example, along the River Nile drainage system or drainage basin, and also along the River Tana in Kenya, the banks have those soils, and they are young. They do not have a mature or well-developed soil profile, and they also do not have enough organic matter in them because they were formed in recent past. So those are the main categories or types of soils. As I mentioned in summary, is that we have the zonal soils, the intrazonal soils, and the azonal soils. So it is very important for us to be able to understand those three major categories of soil. Question of today, in today's lesson, is what type of soil is found in your local environment, and what is the main characteristic of that soil? Until next time, in our next lesson, I wish you all the best in your studies and in your life. God bless.